and also just getting to know all these guys. We've grown really close this off season this summer, and just getting out here in camp. That's what it's about, going together. And I feel like we're doing a really good job of that. It's the first day out here on the grass, and I thought we had a good day.
If you had any way to describe the difference between you walking in here last year and walking in here this year, what is that going?
Just a lot more mature. Grown up a lot in the year and a half I've been here. Got to experience a lot of cool things, but still, same guy, but just growing up a lot and gained a little weight. That's one thing. But yeah, just matured and got to know these guys a whole lot better. So it's been good.
You don't have to be Superman out there. You got first-round draft picks everywhere. How much of a comfort level does that give you, knowing that you just kind of have to be Trevor and not somebody that you're not?
Yeah, it's great having guys like that. Coach Stringer tells us all the time, to do your job, everything will take care of itself. Keep it simple, and those guys will make plays for you. And it's awesome having guys out there where you can do your job. Get a one-on-one matchup, you can take it, and you don't really have to worry about them coming down with it, because they do most of the time. So it's not like that a lot of places. So I know how blessed we are to have guys like that.
How do you feel like being a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, is going to affect how you play on the field? Is it going to have any difference? Are we going to see any differences?
Yeah, I think just being able to take some more hits, and that's the biggest thing, just gaining some weight, take some more hits, and maybe run a little bit more if I need to.
Trevor, Coach said one of the keys to this team is going to be seeing the consistency build in these early days of camp. What are the things that you're looking out for as signs that you guys are clicking, that the new players are fitting in with the returning players?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just being mentally tough. I think the first day of camp's always hard, because getting right back into that practice grind, it's tough. 21 periods like today, it's a lot. So you got to kind of get back used to that. Your body has to get used to that, and got to get a little bit more mentally tough. But I feel like we had a really good day at camp. Even just looking back on last year, I feel like we're in a different spot than we were last year. So it was a good first day.
How so? What's different compared to last year?
I just felt like we were a little more prepared this year. Even just timing with receivers, all that stuff, O-line, more continuity in the O-line, stuff like that. I feel like we're a little bit ahead of where we were.
Trevor, what have you worked on this offseason? What do you think you'll be better at than you were last year?
Yeah, just all the details, footwork, a little bit ball position kind of in my drop, and then also just throwing motion, not dipping the ball when I throw. A lot of things, just timing with receivers. I feel like I missed a lot of deep balls last year, so trying to convert on a few more of those, not overthrow them. So just all those things.
How will camp be different for you now? How will camp be different for you now than last year when you were really competing for something versus this year you're the main guy? Is there a difference in mentality for you when you step on the field?
Not really. You still got to prove it every day. Just because I ended up being a starter at the end of last year doesn't mean I have that right every day and every week. So I think just being able to prove I'm that guy every day, but also being there for my teammates and being the same guy every day, not coming out here and taking practices off is really important to me.
But there's so much talk about you and Heisman trophies and another championship and what you've done already. Is it hard to kind of ignore all that and just play football and prepare?
Yeah, at this point, I think in college football there's so much talk, and I don't think it's that hard to ignore it anymore. People say crazy stuff, and then it all takes care of itself in the end. People before the national championship game were saying all kinds of stuff, like we shouldn't be there, we don't have a chance, all that stuff, and it ended up taking care of itself. And that's like anything. It'll all play out. So also, we're not on social media, so that helps a little bit by limiting those distractions.
With all the talent you guys have all over the field, offensively, what's the offense's potential in your mind?
Sky's the limit for our group. You saw last year kind of us start flourishing and start clicking, and I think that's one thing. We're picking up kind of where we left off from last year, and having a lot of those guys back is really awesome. Having that continuity, like I was saying, and just the whole unit, the whole offense. We didn't lose many guys, and we lost a few really good players, but we also have a ton that have been here that have been preparing and waiting for their time. So.
There's never been a Heisman winner. Is that something you make a goal for this year?
It's not really one of my goals. It'd be awesome if it happened. That would be obviously little kids, something you dream of. But first things first, want to win a national championship. I think that's our team goal, and I think stuff like that. If it comes with it, that's awesome. But I'm just gonna do my job, do what I'm supposed to do, and see how it plays out.
What's it like having you and Travis both kind of top 10, near the top of the list for that moment?
Yeah, it's awesome. He's worked for that. He's worked hard, and it's nice having a guy like that in the backfield, being able to help you out. And we can, whatever defense wants to run, we throw it, we do whatever we need to do. so that's awesome.
You and Travis joke about the Heisman stuff at all? Just have some fun with it, back and forth with each other?
Not really. We don't really talk about that stuff much. I think that's that's kind of dangerous to start talking about all that stuff. And even joking, man, it's just we kind of stay away from all that and just go to work.
Trevor, what's the Dabo's main message to you going into this season that's really stuck with you going into camp?
There's been a few things that he wants me to work on that we've talked about specifics as far as the game, but also stepping into a new leadership role. I'm in a different spot than I was last year, and I feel like I'm doing that. Learning how to lead a little bit more from a year of experience, and also watching great leaders like Christian and Cleveland and Dexter, all those guys that left. I feel like I'm kind of stepping into that more and more now.
How much of that leadership role can become stuff that you believe, stuff that you treasure, and then stuff that you've learned from others? I know you've had a relationship with Deshaun in the past, and he's one of those guys that people looked up to as a great leader in Clemson's past, and you mentioned those D-line guys. Where do you take the influence of others, and then where do you take your own personal beliefs?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's their own person. I believe that for sure, but it's never bad to learn from what other people did that's good. So I think learning from guys like that is really smart, and I got a year, like I said, to do that, just to learn from them. And, I'm going to use all those things that they taught me and that they showed me, and also just being myself is the biggest thing.
You did something that only one of the players done, won a national championship as a freshman quarterback. So what motivated you to come out here for 5:30 a.m. mat drills and to come out here for 21 periods today? What now stokes your fire?
It's a lot of stuff, but I mean, you say like only freshmen to win a national championship, but it's not really me doing it. We got a whole team that's been working, and all those other guys are getting up at 5:30 and coming out in the morning, and I mean that'll get you going, of course, just having the whole team there, but also just wanting to get better. That's something I just always want to get better and improve in some way, and so yeah, those are the main things.
What did you learn from the Manning camp, being around Peyton and Eli and Archie and all of your peers at the college level? What was that like for you?
It was cool to get to know a lot of those guys out there that are in different places, and just it's always cool seeing guys from different schools and kind of how their life is and what it's like at those schools, and kind of get to talk about that. And then also just to be able to compete. It's fun to go in the summer and get to compete against guys you don't usually get to compete against, and that's always a good experience. And then from the Mannings, they're an awesome family. A lot of good stories between Archie and Eli and Peyton and all them, but they have a lot of wisdom. 3 of them playing in the NFL, 1 still playing, so they have a ton of wisdom to impart on us, and they help us out a lot. We kind of did some training sessions, so it was really cool.
Was that your first time meeting Peyton? I know you said you grew up with him.
Yeah, that was my first time meeting him. It was cool.
Trevor, what's it like to have a wide receiver core like you got? Those guys walk off the bus, they scare about any defensive back coach in the nation. Have those guys to throw the ball to. What's it like to have 6'3" guys laying everywhere all across the formation?
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, you don't feel like every throw has to be perfect, and you got to find the wide open guy every time. They kind of give you a little bit of leeway, which is, I still try to do my part as much as I can, but everyone's kind of covered up. You can take a matchup and they're going to come down with it half the time, 3/4 of the time, as opposed to it being a 50-50 ball for most people. So they're really good.
Did you mention the national championship?